Count on how many NaVi you had there has got to feel great. You saw the release of pressure before we reached our conclusion for Astralis on Ancient. And they lead by 1. A very close endeavor indeed. We'll see if this one is going to be similar. NaVi will start on the T side.
Quarterfinal spot on the line.
Simple's got the raid boss P250. Device ready with the Julies. Oh, that's quite a peek from Bits there. Finds one through the smoke. Doing a lot of damage as well, which could be followed up upon. Somehow JLS, the last man going down the ladder, is able to dodge those bullets and make his way down the vent. But Buzz and Borup, the double Bs, have got something to say about this one. Already on that B bomb site. NaVi not committing to it just yet, but looking very likely to do so. Great one tap from Simple. He's figuring out the puzzle. He's not done with this one. Plenty of adrenaline left for him. 2 on 4 for Astralis in the pistol. Simple's looking for more frags with his P250. Is it a question of holding on to your Kevlar at this point, Astralis? The margins have become so narrow in Counter-Strike that you've seen this become more and more common, where just keep your $650 in the bank.
Crazy round from Simple. I mean, NaVi, they obviously aim for the vent drop early, and sometimes that can come down to, you know, a little bit of luck in how the spam is going to go down, whether or not Astralis are going to be able to spam some shots through. JL goes up with the ship. But then Simple, I mean, I did not expect this. Clean kill. The other player not quite wide enough to get the immediate trade. The turnaround from Simple, so good. And he was taking a lot of initiative over on Ancient as well, winning rounds for his team. He's coming to Nuke with that same mentality, and it's paid off for him there in the pistol. Took the round into his own hands. See what Astralis can do with a scout and some pistols in this next round.
Simple was so hungry for that first map. From the get-go, you could see him on the cameras. The body language was extremely positive, but after all that stress and that failure, that repeated failure, we'll see if the body language will be the same here. A man with high standards.
Nice smokes on Yard from NaVi. Some shots being taken by Astralis, but the information is still there for Astralis. Oh, and that will help them. blameF gets a shot over the top.
Uh-oh.
Now the CTs will start to realize that might be a ruse over towards Yard. They've got to be ready elsewhere. I love the attempt from Device. It won't work though. Simple runs him down.
He's tired of this bullshit. He's tired of it. He is tired of it. They've used the last of their util, Astralis, 40 seconds. Again, NaVi were not afraid to continue to play their game and run that late clock on Ancient. Astralis able to cause problems late on in a number of rounds, and you do wonder, 4 players alive, and we're heading towards the 20-second mark. I often talk about 40. This is a lot less than that. Smoke towards main, but again, they need to find these frags and cover a bomb plant. How do they deal with Heaven? They've got the angles at the very least. Bits here as well. 12 seconds, man. Really takes confidence to make plays such as this. But again, they won't be deterred. They'll play it as they want to play it, and this time they'll be successful.
Yeah. This time they find the weaker bomb site, so it was absolutely fine. Only one player there. blameF can't really do much to delay or deny NaVi. And so it will be a 2-0 start for NaVi. This Nuke obviously coming in as their pick. Haven't seen too much of NaVi on this map. Did take a loss against Heroic somewhat recently. But then the map they played prior to that was against Astralis, and it was a 16-6 win. So if history is anything to go by, then NaVi have got a great opportunity to try and take us to that third map. Again, Simple has made it to the Lanxess on every opportunity he has had.
That's a pretty good run.
Would hate not to make it on the last one in CSGO. So I'm sure they will be full focus. What is that from Device?
Promising start. Still some shenanigans to be had.
That's crazy.
That's straight through the middle of the box. It's a hell of a flick. Flow state with a scout is quite something.
Am I greedy asking for any more from Astralis? I don't know. I feel like they've got a chance in this round now.
If they're going to get kills, I just want them to be nasty, you know? Big flicks. Big digs.
No one rotating down to lower for Astralis. Maybe waiting for utility, which would likely be used by NaVi if they were to try to move towards B. NaVi still staying spread out. Alexi again very happy to run the clock down, and now there is a rotate down to lower on the Danish side of things. Buzz will commit towards the site. Device there with the scout. Now, what's the utility like for NaVi here? They've got mollies, they've got smokes, or at least one smoke available. That should help them be able to move on to the bomb site in this one. Oh, hang on, big damage. Finally, Bit fights back, but this is dangerous.
Very dangerous with 20 seconds. These tags, that tag onto Simple could prove quite problematic. Those are the kills that NaVi needed, though. Device at the point of no returns, there with 6 HP. At the wrong level. Oh, they're nervous, but NaVi have got the guts to do it, and they will succeed. Simple in jail. 0 in the death column for the time being. Looking good in that regard, very early on. And we'll see how crucial this pistol round win is for NaVi. Of course, they've got off to a good start here. But Astralis will have money soon. Does Dare survive this with his 6 HP?
Yeah. Oh.
No.
Oops.
The answer is no.
I thought he'd be fine. That Nuke bomb blast radius is a little smaller, but clearly not. This is just... I mean...
That's momentum. That's classical mechanics right there.
Love that. When Buzz got that second kill, you think the round is in the cards, but JL comes in on the flank. Not a massive problem there to die to the bomb. Obviously would have been nice to save the Kevlar, but we move, as they say. Astralis are on their full buy, including an AWP for Device. blameF hanging around the yard early. Smokes are being lined up by NaVi. blameF playing with that silenced M4 gives him more of an ability to spam those smokes. No tracers, so he's unlikely to get spammed back. Not going for any spams yet. NaVi not using their smokes to fully take yard control, though. They will just now move up after.
Are Astralis aware of the lack of presence downstairs already? blameF holding a tight angle. All the bullets fly fast enough. No one's ready for this one. He finds 2. Still alive for the time being. Buzz here for support as well. So close to that 3rd kill. Catastrophe for NaVi at the beginning. Simple with 5 HP, 3 versus 5. What is there left to do in a scenario like this? 1 flash, 1 molly. Surely he'll be somewhat suicidal to continue here. But do they just allow 5 men to stand for Astralis? There's work to be done.
Well, that 1 molly pays off, but Device aggressive on his angle. Not giving away anything. And with the lobby control taken, I think Astralis have got this figured out. NaVi had to have stayed at yard. It looks like NaVi are content with holding on to what they have. Should have enough money to get a pretty good buy going. So I can definitely understand the decision to save. But good sign for Astralis there. Just blameF doing good work on yard. Definitely important that your yard player can have this sort of impact.
The Astralis are showing that it's going to be difficult for NaVi to pull them out of position. Of course, they can't have the same response every time. He'll certainly be looked for next time in that spot. But that's an early first round for Astralis. And NaVi will be forced to spend all their coffers very early indeed. So there's a lot of potential in this round for the CT side to catch up very quickly indeed.
Yeah, definitely a chance for them. Don't mind the idea from NaVi, right? You put the yard smokes down. A lot of the time you are going to try and cross with them, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to just scale into Garage instead and then see where you can work from there. Blake giving a nod of approval as NaVi get ready to get back into a gun round. And indeed, with those saved weapons, they still have full AKs to work with into round number 5. Bit of a switch up from blameF this round. He's gone straight down into lower instead. So this time, if there were the yard smokes, he would already be down secret. And he could try and keep that control, or at least communicate to his team what he's covering. And those yard smokes will come in again. Now Device can do anything with that AWP. He's going to have to let them bypass him. Thing is, blameF's just going to see again that it's a bit of a fake here. No one really following up those yard smokes. So no need for Astralis to budge right now.
Yeah, that's a great position for the second crack of the whip there from NaVi. Formidable positioning for Astralis.
Look how eager blameF was there. He really wanted to make sure, okay, there's nothing yard. I want to make sure I have the right info for my team. And at this point, those Astralis players have to be very ready elsewhere on the map.
It's going to be about fragging for Astralis when this play finally comes through. Again, a delayed round for Astralis. That smoke grenade seems to have slowed things down for NaVi even more. Looks like they were about to pull the trigger there on their execute. So again, pretty expectant Astralis. A or ramp. Looks like it might be A, but they're still not committing just yet. 20 seconds, and now they start to move through. Still able to drop with no one here to trade. He falls to his doom almost. Bomb on the floor, 10 seconds. Again, NaVi urgently trying to find Borup, who is standing. Oh my god, actually going to commit to the bomb plant with the cover, but Buzz comes through from the back. Surprise in all the worst ways. NaVi don't give themselves time for error correction. The late is too late, but again, that extra delay from Astralis with that smoke by Squeaky makes it even worse.
All 5 Astralis players end up on that A bomb site by the end of the round. 4 of them surrounding it initially. And so even though NaVi actually got pretty good initial trades onto the site, they're just so far behind in the overall picture of the round because there are so many CTs getting into position. It almost feels like Astralis are just calling out these late rounds from NaVi. They're not really respecting any early round plays. That's got to change here because Irma finds that gap in the smoke, punishes that.
blameF hiding in plain sight. Is he going to be checked for? Or does he have the potential for the multi-frag? He knows Simple is up top. But who does he choose to engage? Looking for a multi. Pre-fire onto Alexi B. But the trade's there with a P250. Nice work from Alexi. Costly thus far for Astralis. There's a rifle to protect. Make it 2.
It's the right play, but you just missed the shot. Still more yard aggression from Astralis, though. Stair not ready for that second man. Meanwhile, Device has been caught here. Oh, so close to going down. But now NaVi know the exact position of both CTs. And Alexi B in a great spot to get that one for free. The bomb can come back up to A. And it looks like NaVi have found their answer here. A bit of pace injected into the play. And they should be securing this round now.
This really gives them control once again. Busted the money for Astralis. They strung 2 rounds together. But that's not going to be enough for them. Didn't survive with enough in that round prior. So we'll have to save once again. Astralis not believing these fakes that they've been offered. Well, not fakes per se, but the map control. Not being stretched out, thinned out by NaVi, but still NaVi will break them. One way or another, the job is being done, and the T side shows promise once again.
I wonder what Astralis think about that round then, because NaVi had the weak buy there, and that may be part of the reason why they decided to up the pace. But is that something Astralis are going to be expecting going forward? Do they think NaVi will start to go for some of those quicker rounds? Or was that just NaVi going for something because they had a bad buy? Either way, it is a huge swing. NaVi winning that round puts Astralis back down in the dumps. So the Danes take a timeout ahead of this one. This puts NaVi in a really good position here. They could get a great T side together if they can keep this up.
Device with a Mag 7 special. Great map for it.
See that auto shotty pretty often on the top of Hut. Don't see the Mag 7 quite as often.
Yeah. So many highlights from JW over the years with the shotgun. In the hands of Device for today. And if NaVi are to play the same pace in this round, then one does expect more danger.
One of those rifles for Astralis. Position towards Yard. blameF will keep that locked down, and there hasn't been much presence there so far from NaVi. So that means Astralis will stay stacked elsewhere. Buzz hasn't had too much to do on ramp so far. Will be tested this time. Boost up. Not an ideal position for the Deeg when you can't really line up the headshot as easily. But still does damage to Simple before dropping back to safety. Again, NaVi leaving their options open. They'll take this early map control, but they still have a few options available to them.
1 minute on the clock. The time will dwindle quickly. 2 mollies for NaVi. No damage done to Astralis just yet. Sub 40 seconds once again. And concern starts to rise. Urgency as well. Only Buzz in the lower area of Nuke. Just edging forward. If he gets one, oh boy. 4 players around him. But again, they've got it. Someone's got to focus on planting this bomb. Man, it's terrifying to watch. Alexi B looking for a bomb plant, bit of traffic. And all is well on the NaVi front. Just out here with these late plays. It's great training for the squad. Device and his Mag 7 will make an appearance. AK collected for a very brief time indeed. And Astralis will take nothing into the next round. NaVi, press on. The money is still crap for Astralis. 2,500 average is just not enough.
Yeah, they invested into that one instead. That's why that was such a big moment, the previous round win for NaVi. Because now they can get out to a 6-2 lead, or a good chance at that. Timeout taken on the NaVi side of things. Maybe just wanting to make sure that this T side continues so strong. I think they know if they get a good T haul here, they've got a very good chance. I'm kind of not sure if Simple agreed with the timeout or not. He looks a bit mad about it.
He's busy. He's got stuff to do.
It's like, come on, man, I wanted eco kills.
He wants to frag.
What are we waiting for?
T-side AWP for Simple. Will continue.
Got to say that NaVi are like a little scary with the way they're running down the clock, but the last couple of rounds, they're picking the right site. So if that continues, it's fine, and it's exactly what they want.
It's just terrifying to watch.
I know, I agree.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but sometimes it does go wrong.
Exactly.
And it's terrifying to watch.
In that round, I was worried as well, because like Astralis had to rotate down the vent, which is pretty quick, but they just got the kill onto Buzz so quickly. Didn't matter.
So quickly, there were like 15 seconds left.
Listen, quickly is a relative concept, okay?
We've seen people running onto the site with the bomb in their hands due to the lack of time.
Yeah, man, you know, injecting a bit of spice into the round. A bit of fun for everyone. I'm sure NaVi fans agree.
Jalfrezi levels of spice. I'll take the Korma. Desert Eagles for Astralis. Although it's the Taser for Borup.
Some good Zeus spots on this map. Hut, pretty good. Squeaky
Vents.
can work, maybe.
He wasted an event though, because if you're underneath someone, it's like a guaranteed right click.
That's true. Device dealt with. They heard those warning shots. Alexi B just closes the distance, makes it really hard for Device to adjust to headshot height. Exactly what the doctor ordered for NaVi at the start of this round.
Love the anti-eco position. It's nothing more annoying than being killed by somebody basically in T-spawn.
He's still in spawn, man. Oh, he's not in spawn anymore. blameF drops him, 8K recovered, but NaVi have got all the map control elsewhere. And they'll use it to wrap this A site. It's a quick round by NaVi. 25 seconds and they're getting the bomb down.
I know, this is lightning fast. Fairly pedestrian take of the A-bomb site. So things are looking good for NaVi, heading towards 6 rounds on their T side from 8 is pretty fantastic. They won't have many complaints. They are at risk of losing some more rifles though. Wonder what the exit strategy is for this particular round with Ema and Alexi B. Low on health. Still dueling outside. How do Astralis get back into this game then on the CT side?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the conversation. Because right now it feels quite controlled by NaVi, in all honesty. It's kind of mad that Stair has only died twice, even though they've lost 6 rounds. Just not able to get involved in a lot of these round losses. Here is the buy for Astralis, though. And the unfortunate position you find yourself in on that CT side is that when you're down 6-2 already and you know your money's on the back foot, every single round feels stressful. You know if you lose one, you'll get into a bad buy again and it can quickly go against you. So Astralis really need this CT round here. Making a proactive move on Yard early. Device gets behind Red Container. He can look up above. He's got rifle support of Stair in the advanced angle down below. Oh, that was so close to a kill, but just a tag. Spots the man up top, but decides to fall back. Stair is still there on Yard, so he'll see that there's no one pushing, and that means this double ramp stack is in play.
They're going straight into a crossfire. The trade's in their favor though. But again, things can change so quickly with the damage Emma and JL have taken. The proactiveness from Astralis is something to admire. Can they delay in the meantime? That'll be enough. blameF with a great spray onto Bit. Into the B bomb site goes Simple. JL creeping. Need to get this bomb planted before the rotation comes through. Oh, Molly. Oh, so close. But into the smoke it goes. CT's in control of control. This is going to be a difficult one for NaVi. Can see pirouettes for Simple. Goes down for free. Low health players remain. JL doesn't quite see the man on the left-hand side. Instant trade. No util for him. Just the AK-47 lines him up, but not before Stair pulls the trigger faster. An awkward post-plant for NaVi results in a round win for Astralis.
I like the adjustment from Astralis. Get a little more active. Stair takes that risk on Yard. He steps away from him and says, I'm just going to push this. I'm going to get the info for the team. And it means that they are rotating down to the right side of the map to try to deny NaVi. And an underrated kill here is this one onto Bit, because that allows the free rotate down the vents. If Bit was still there, that vent rotation could have got a little awkward. Maybe he could have cut it off. But instead, Astralis get down to that lower site pretty quickly, and you see them start to set up into control, into all those different angles very quickly on the retake. NaVi couldn't handle it. And do we see a pace change at any point on the NaVi side? Got a couple of players grouped outside of A early, but the Yard smokes will be deployed. Device is here at Yard this time with his AWP. Obviously can't see anything with those smokes up though. So Imma will be the one man making it down secret. Rest of the squad slowly following.
Finally putting some legs behind these smokes. A lot of players by T-Red though, including the bomb carrier, quietly making their way. Oh, it's scary. And in they go. Surely Simple Scope will be heard. But they don't know that there are 4 players here. Very meticulous take from NaVi, quietly pressing on. Everyone upstairs for Astralis.
JL still trying to see if he can hold that rotate. NaVi did use a lot of their nades on Yard because they didn't instantly follow those smokes, but they might not need utility to move into the B bomb site right now. Astralis don't have anyone nearby. They're finally arriving, but it's far too late. It's a 5v5 bomb plant.
How about that on the B bomb site as well? JL, they are waiting for him. They knew someone was lurking somewhere. Great spatial awareness from Astralis.
Wow. They're saving. Sheesh. That's tough. That is a rough one to take. Like, you basically didn't get to play the round.
And there's no hesitation either.
Yeah, I'm maybe a little surprised that Astralis weren't aware that NaVi could have got onto B like that. Like, I'd have thought you had to be aware of that possibility, and I'd have thought you would need a plan for what you were going to do if that were to happen. But listen, NaVi will take it. Solid utility gets them down lower. That's a pretty easy round for them. I'll be pleased with that.
I feel like they always had at least one person lower, or they just didn't believe the smokes from NaVi, but on this occasion, they'll just glide right in. Frictionless entrance to the B bomb site, but Astralis kept everything alive, and the situation will be reset. Full util for the CT squad. Alexi B spraying the area around the blue box. Just wondering if he was going to go all the way from aggressive pick towards heaven. Those kind of risks won't be taken. No damage done so far.
I think it's important for Astralis to get some mid-round aggression going, though, because when they're letting NaVi play their procedural, drawn-out play style, NaVi are constantly controlling the round, constantly controlling the map. I mean, remember the round that Astralis won, it was Stair getting aggressive on Yard, getting them that information pretty early on. Maybe Astralis need a little more of that here. NaVi just going to keep running those Yard smokes. There's different options available when you throw them.
Still at the beginning of the round for NaVi, as we head towards 45 seconds. They've gone back to not heading towards secret.
Well, this time the A site hold should be there for Astralis. They've got a couple of players up there ready. Not that many counter smokes or mollies, though, as this take is set by NaVi.
Borup staring down, trying to avoid the flashes. Joining his teammate. In they go to transfer from Stair. The trade's ahead. There's also a team kill. That will help Borup clean up. And this one won't work in NaVi's favor. 2 versus 4. Make it 1. Simple alone. Still going forward. Still pressing on to get traded. Doing a little more damage. A swing and a miss from NaVi as far as the A bomb site's concerned. An urgent surge denied.
Yeah, one of the first times we've seen an A finish like that from NaVi, and flashes were just dodged pretty well by Astralis. Obviously an awkward team kill in the mix, but that's a good response, a good answer from Astralis as to whether or not that A site would be decent. Alexi doesn't have Kevlar. He's forgot to buy Kevlar. Well then, we've all been there. blameF, meanwhile, aggressive at red container. Oh, big damage onto Imma. He's down to 2 health, and he's still going forward.
blameF is a massive nuisance, disengaging. Very heavy damage indeed. Oof. LXCB's really got to be careful. If you get hit by a grenade and it explodes in your face, without Kevlar, that can be 101 damage. Immo had an angle, and now he's on the floor. LXCB moving through, Kevlarless. blameF and Device remain. LXCB's been popped, but they have an advantage. Bits in the corner. blameF could even the score if Bit looks the wrong way. And there's a few places for him to look should he swing out. Device up top. And blameF knows Bit stuck in the corner, trying to show a little shoulder, but he's not patient. He is patient. blameF, though, has conceded his position now. Bit escaping the area. So awkward. Bomb planted. Waiting for a peek. Device still on the outside, but what is there to do? Device is up top. He can make his way in, but he has no kit. Would surely be suicide as well in the 2 versus 3. Dropping Simple on the way out. NaVi find a way, though, on that A bomb site.
A little quicker this time from NaVi. Before the minute mark, they make their play into A. Those awkward shots from Immo initially, but they were so far out through Squeaky. Those players got out through Hut really quick. Just didn't look like Astralis had the angles or had the position to realize how far into the site NaVi were. And once you get up into an advantageous position in the post plant on that A site, you are in good shape. Timeout taken by Astralis. That was the first kill from JL. Stead just goes dropping and leaves his teammate in a very precarious position. Definitely feels like NaVi are showing their class on Nuke right now. 8-4 lead. Astralis not able to put up much of a fight so far.
I still remember when Blade was on that team, they had some of the sickest T executes on the A-bomb site. Many, many moons ago. Entered many people's radar in more ways than one back in those days. Very happy to see him standing behind the players of NaVi. Great mind for the game. Oh, JL dropped extremely early by Device. He almost made his way towards the roof. Might be sound cues for Astralis about that. That's a solid start for them.
Yeah, good to see Device getting a little more involved in the proceedings. And Immo also dropped out of the round. Device takes a couple of shots, but the AWP hits harder. And now NaVi need to find a way to salvage this round. 3 versus 5. Looking for something towards A. They won't find anything. So maybe ramp is the next port of call.
Well, Astralis may be reading that also. Very good timing on the utility. How many is enough for NaVi? What is the window for success in terms of T rounds? Something to think about. Oh, the timing, so good. Buzz catches Bit, spots the bomb. LXC will collect it urgently, but not fast enough. blameF is here also. And Simple will get shut down. Round 5 for Astralis. They can still take 7 from this half. That might be quite likely now because the money for NaVi sucks.
Yeah, good work by Astralis to get to this point. I wasn't sure if they were going to make it to this position, but that was that first shot from Device, just about spotting that player before the smoke blooms. And I think that's what Astralis need to get some rounds here. Just some individual moments. We do have a buy still from NaVi, but it's not a good one, as you were pointing out. Just one AK in the mix, but that means there's some pace in their play. blameF wins that initial duel against Alexi. Decides not to go any further. While Stead playing a slightly dangerous game on the drop down. JL will get down the vents, and they'll try and up the pace towards B.
Faster pace to make up for the shortcomings in the money. And maybe there's a route to success for them. Although Astralis thwarting their timing with utility. It's been a common occurrence in some of these rounds. Simple having the AK. Does he want to give the util to his teammates? He'll give Bit the molly at the very least. 55 seconds on the clock. Device not forced off the angle just yet. Standing in the flames to deliver what he needs to. 2 on 4 then. Bomb getting planted. Simple's got a lot of work to be done here. Stair moving to Decon. If I better be quick, he will be. Rifle to be collected now. That util makes it much harder though. Device with great timing onto Decon. How does Simple find fruit in this round? Going through the smoke, looking for the transfer, won't get there. A noble effort, but a 6th round was all but inevitable for Astralis. Plenty of money for the CT side as well as they mount a comeback towards the end of the half.
Thing is, I'm sure Simple, after the round, would have instantly been thinking, man, I had the chance there. Like, that transfer looked doable. Hard, very hard, but maybe just about doable. Either way, Astralis are going to salvage a decent half here as long as they can keep it up into this last round of the first half, because NaVi's buy is again in trouble.
It's dodgy.
An MP7 for Simple of all guns.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen Simple with an MP7, but it's the first time for everything. Oh dear, okay.
Ouch.
Device saves. Put a sticker on the back of your car. 5 on 3. Awkward moment. Won't lead to catastrophe for Astralis in the last round of this first half. It's going to be very difficult, especially with the tools they have for NaVi to find something in this one. And then there were 2. Simple giving a sound cue away. Gives a lot of information to Astralis. 2v5 with an SMG and a pistol on the T side of Nuke.
I guess Simple will go with a Deeg instead. Makes sense. All right, Simple, what you got?
Alexi B going for run. Simple trying to play off of it. The MP7 comes out, jumping as well. Really making sure he's dead. All right then, things getting a little more exciting. There's an AWP on the floor. There we go. 25 seconds, can't focus on it. Too much! All right, Simple, hold on a second. Things are getting scary. Oh, he was so close. No highlight for Simple towards the very end. 8-7 at half time. It's all to play for. 1 spot in Lanxess, 2 teams. See you after the break.
Map on number 7.
Oh, he's on the angle at the right time. They're double over in the palace. That's only a tag. Shush.
Wow.
Wearing an extra set of armor, it just clips through the wall over in palace, and so it's not that early 5v4. The AWP now known about. That's going to force Sampayas to reposition. He takes the market, trading places with Snappy.
What's this call? Are they bringing him back? Cadian's looking to his side while he's tucked in the corner. Calling all of Heroic on a spawn reset, leaving Shush to sell this very late fake. And it's just Sampayas. Even though he should be good to nail the shot on B, he's only 1 man. And 1 unarmored one as well. Mid-util comes through. There's still a lot of eyes on mid here for Ent, but as I say that, Snappy rotates back out to B, reinforcing the AWP. Diha's going to hear this coming up catwalk at least. That will be the first warning on this very late B hit.
Oh, that was dead on. He holds for that exact peak. And even though Cadian gives it to him, Sampayas does not react fast enough. Now the rest of Heroic has siphoned out of the round slowly but surely. Snappy moves in, and he does strike while the iron's hot here. It's just Yabi left standing on the B play. The bomb now away from them, and even though Stown has got this flank, it's considered, it's held. And ENCE will adjust to that nicely. Heroic try to get tricky with some of these lurks in the mid-round, and everything is considered. Even though they lose some Pius, accomplishing nothing in the sight hold. It's Snappy who moves in. The rotates flow like water for ENCE.
Yeah, they're still very split, our Heroic, right? It's still a man back in the Palace, layered in middle, only 2 coming out of apartments. All over the place. And ENCE are able to pick them off one by one. Oh my, Cadian, that's a pace. Great grenade from ENCE. Look at the red. Everyone gets blown to bits in middle. And even though Heroic realized they have a gap, they have an opportunity, ENCE started dropping out of window into middle. They try and move out the ramp. They get...
What is your calling?
That trophy is such a iconic symbol in Counter-Strike. One that both these squads are trying to get a little closer to, or a lot closer to. I think Lanxess is a great stage to move forward to from the groups. Only one of these teams will be doing so. Astralis with the narrowest of victories on Ancient. Now come into confidence in this second half of Nuke. A promising comeback towards the end of the first half. We have the primitive round back once again. Only pistols. Utterly helmetless. Alexi having a quick look, falling back into main. Astralis charging through, chain flashes, but JL will get the first kill and the second and the third as well. Plenty more where that came from. He's got the Julies. Alexi B finishes off the job. A very fast round indeed. One that's taken by NaVi. That's both pistols, one for them now. We'll see if they can convert this round as well. They might need them to take it to a third map.
Love JL's reaction there. He's sitting there like, you know, that's just what I do. Standard for JL to get a triple with his dualies hold. And Alexi allowed to swing out for the final 2 kills. Astralis honestly did a pretty good job of coming away with 7 rounds in that first half. But now NaVi get the favored CT side. And without a pistol round win, NaVi might have the opportunity to build up some bank balance, build up a bit of a buffer on the scoreboard as well.
This round should certainly be something with the essentially non-buy from Astralis. God, Big gets his bell rung immediately, and there's no help coming anytime soon. Nice job, though. Now Simple's got the angle.
It's just not good range to get a Glock dink from. I think it was 38 damage.
No, you need at least 3 headshots from that range. Versus a helmet.
Never going to be that good for you. But Astralis knew that. They sacrificed that round so that they can have AKs in this one. Now, NaVi will be keeping some bonus weapons here, but the MP9s are definitely viable. You could play that on the top of Hut, for example. A few close angles, where it's definitely a capable weapon. Also, options for aggression. I assume we're not live, as the players have run back to spawn. Looks like a technical issue.
Someone's been pressing all the buttons on their monitor.
Simple trying to help out there. Gave us some hand signal. I couldn't really figure out what it meant.
It was the sometimes yes, sometimes no signal.
Ah, very helpful one.
Sometimes on, sometimes off. 10 rounds for NaVi. What a scrap we saw on Ancients. Really fighting to take it, but had to come away disappointed. 3-round lead on Nuke. Perhaps this can be different.
Let's see. Let's find out. See exactly what those MP9s are going to do for NaVi. Do they get aggressive? Or are they happy to chill? Early utility on Yard. Big damage onto Stair. Not the start he was looking for. And do you really want to cross those yard smokes when you are on 9 health? Ooh, a boost instead, but Simple predicts it. He's ready ahead of time. Man advantage found for NaVi. That's got to be a good feeling. No real nades for Astralis either. And that is really tough on Nuke, especially. You can't find fair angels that often on this map. If you run out to A, you're looking up at the rafters, up at hut. Maybe the one molly can molly top hut, but this is going to have to take some brilliant shots or just some predictions from Astralis to find a way in here.
What do you do with 9 HP? Be the worst bait of all time if you wide swing. If you carry the bomb, you're probably going to drop it trying to plant. 37 seconds. Simple, forced away. Bit alone, but he hasn't run into the bomb site. And NaVi won't rotate.
I mean, it's MP9s. That's the only advantage here for Astralis.
Oh, at this range. Oh, lovely. That's the perfect range for an MP9. Moving accuracy, yes, please. Borup looking for 2, denied. blameF has the bomb. 13 seconds. 9. But that's it. Oh, great spray from Alexi. Not going to connect on this occasion. The awareness is fantastic, though. An expensive round for NaVi. He squeezed some kills out of that one. But it's 11 for the CT side.
Yeah, and listen, Astralis needed that round to have a pretty good chance here. I mean, it just had no nades, right? Like, if you're running into A with no nades, I'm sure if you play... Yeah. What's JL trying to figure out? Oh, he's good, he's happy, man. Hey.
All right.
Hey.
That guy's got his Winamp open.
Love JL, man. He's so positive. Just seems like a fun guy to have around.
Got that Grealish hairdo for the football fans.
Maybe Grealish copied it from him. How do you know? Ooh, Alexi, that's a little bit dangerous. There is an AK in play. Don't want to fall to a headshot early and give Astralis a chance in this round. I think blameF has definitely started to get way more active on Astralis. We'll go for quite a few opening duels now. And with the hero AK in this round, he might be the man that they rely upon to have a chance in this one.
It's dry.
Ooh.
All right, then. Not so dry anymore. Getting more interesting now. There's a lot of time for Astralis to try and find something to work with, find some more. 1 kill is nice. And there's a lot more potential. Can they draw the CTs away from the bomb site? Device, elephant stomping. Making JL focus on that, but he has concerns. If I'm being baited with sound here, then where is the real play coming from? Borup is there. Okay, then, down to a 1 versus 3 Astralis. Wow. We had a quiet round, but things have escalated real quick. Bit doesn't have a kit. Is there one on the site? 2 on the other side. Won't get anywhere near them, though. That was brilliant from Astralis. And terrifying for NaVi. I think they knew those steps were a bait. Look at us in heaven. Look at us in heaven. Man, those Deagles came in force.
That's the kill from blameF as well, winning that duel against Simple. And then the follow-up shots were so good. And for NaVi, they just couldn't figure out what the defense needed to look like there. Who was looking where? You saw JL was almost caught in transition, trying to reposition while his teammate was holding heaven, but they were already out through Squeaky. It became really difficult to deal with. That shot lands. NaVi have 3 MP9s in this round, but Bit has got to close quarters. That will work for the first. Oof. Device with an instant trade.
Astralis is so dangerous. It's so well to get into those positions.
Yeah.
That Ferrari peak Deagle, what can you really do about it?
I mean, this is a big round now. If NaVi lose this, their economy is broken, and Feels like Astralis are right back in this map.
Such an impressive round, just with those pistols. So much better equipped now. High urgency for NaVi. Feels like this lead might slip away. LXCB will kill the lurker though. And JL is still in a strong position. MP9 is a very good tool for this job. Smoke though will change matters. He'll spot one. Okay then, through the smoke, he'll get all the important frags. It's a great way to turn things around. blameF spotted now, they know exactly where he is. JL the sacrificial lamb. 30 seconds. Don't give the 1v1s just yet.
blameF thinking about the next round. Won than the previous when he had the hero AK, so can't blame him. But nice step up from JL there. They didn't fully clear that right-hand side, and then JL goes running into the smoke. Simple's yelling again. JL's laughing about it.
It's getting tense as it was on Ancient now. That level very quickly in the second half.
I think JL just said he didn't see anything. I see maybe for the second kill.
Oh, with those frags because they were through the smoke. Yeah, he didn't know what was going on.
He just went running in. Fortune favors the bold.
He is just in the smoke as much as he can.
Simple seems aggrieved about something.
Somebody's tech pause is here. Sorry, we're just reading the chat. Stuff needs to be solved.
Bit's very interested. Tech support Bit.
It almost sounds like we're in a zoo sometimes in here.
Yeah, that's a great point. Sometimes I actually don't understand like what noises are being made, what is the purpose of the noise. I feel lost.
Makes me think of Demka screaming.
Yeah.
Not always words, just decibels.
You know, not everything in life needs a purpose. Maybe you just do it for the sake of it.
It's like when you pass somebody on a boat, just wave at them, you know?
Yeah. Well then, 12-8. Technical issues resolved, back into the action. And Astralis buy what they can. Again, both teams investing almost all their money.
Oh, LXCB's thrown his smoke in completely the wrong direction. He was trying to offer a lurk towards T-Red instead. He's created an afro. That's going to make things awkward. The threat of T-Red simply doesn't exist as it might. And Device may be able to abuse that. Oh, LXCB, you've got to be careful. He may be trapped there for a while now, unbeknownst to him. Device. Oh, man. Again, Shang Tsung, he's just absorbed all the info, but LXCB will trade him. Great opening kill. Plenty of time for Astralis as well. 1:10 on the clock. As they head towards Secrets there with a big spray, but Immor gets the better of him. That's a really important one for NaVi as they try to hold on. Astralis poking outside on the A-bomb site here and there, but they're starting to dwindle in the numbers. Buzz has $0 in the bank. This could be great for NaVi if they can hold on. Oof, what happened there? Bit goes back, delivers the goods. Molly says exactly where blameF is. Limiting the risk though, he thought about it, decided against it.
1v4 blameF. Down onto B. 2 CTs here. I really don't think there's much chance, but stranger things have happened. Fakes the plant. Irma gets baited, but oh, it's the door swung open and closed again. It's actually blameF who's getting toyed with. They might try and get him after time here. They're backing off. blameF hunts the first, but JL holds his nerve. 13-8 NaVi looking quite comfortable now. That was Astralis' last attempt at a buy. It wasn't perfect even then. And so without a bomb plant, this round looks awkward. And a third map is looking more and more likely here in the final game in this group. Final chance for both of these teams to make it through to playoffs. Astralis had to dig so deep on that first map. but NaVi look like they're fully in the ascendancy on this one.
Alexi blind in the smoke, or behind it. Bit's got problems towards the ramp. Alexi deals a stare on the outside. Bit needs to be careful. Plenty of footsteps around that ramp. Going into Simple, rather you than me. 5-on-2. Great start to this round. Simple knows he's tagged him. Keep the AWP away from device. Creeping with the Deagle. They know where he is now, and he is doomed. NaVi pull away from Astralis, 2 rounds away from a deciding map of Overpass.
My favorite part was, did you see Simple like pre-aiming for the player to jump around the corner? That was my favorite part of the round. Like, if that worked, that would have been so cool. Because you know they're pistols. You know they're probably going to try and offset your crosshair. Either way, it's rifles now for Astralis, but a lot of work to do for the Danes. Yard smoke's ready again. Simple's got the AWP this time. Put that incendiary down early. Alexi's also down on B already. And, ooh, there is a gap. Not any longer, though. So Simple will have to concede this player dropping down secret. But remember, Alexi still has control. He's going to cut them off from moving towards that B site. That means Simple will happily hang around and see if anyone pokes their head around at Yard.
This really feels like an endurance game of Counter-Strike, an endurance series between these squads. Pixel angle being held. Got to keep the energy up. I would love to see an overpass decider, honestly. Again, for me, it's a great measure.
I mean, yeah, especially this late in a series, this late in a day. It's a measure of how you can stay so composed.
Yeah.
35 seconds, Simple ready with the AWP, and that's the shot he was looking for. Look at this from Emma. Perfect position. They have no idea he's here. Drops the bomb. Finally, Borup able to get something going for Astralis. But if he comes into JL's crosshair, the round could be done. JL goes down, and now this A site's actually open. Stair hits another shot, and Astralis have turned the round in their favor.
Suddenly, this might be a save for NaVi. Alexi B in the vent. Simple 64-50 in the bank. Maybe they'll go for it after all. Fishing for opportunity. Simple's been spotted. 2 players shooting at him. Can he stay alive, though? Can he stay alive? He's pulled blameF away. Alexi B's got a 1v1. He's got a kit as well, but where is Borup? Is he even on the bomb site? Not sure if Alexi knows that. Creeping around now. He's found him. Does he commit to it? That's a horrible angle for him. The flash is also there. Just holding it. blameF! Oh, he's so close. 22 HP. Astralis turn it around. That was a very trying round for them.
We've had blameF versus Alexi a couple of times now in this series. That was the first time that Alexi got close to winning it. It was a 1v2. It wasn't easy for him. Was able to find the player on the site initially. But how about this reaction from Astralis? It was that one key fight they won against JL that got them out towards A. It meant that the NaVi players couldn't get there in time. And it meant that Astralis got control of the site. And NaVi did their best in that 2-on-3. They made it close. But Alexi not quite able to pull the round over the line. Played with another chance to talk to the team. Can Astralis continue to find rounds like that, though? blameF is doing his best. Top fragging the server with 20 kills.
20 for 9 on Nuke. That's impressive. This deep in as well.
Another tech issue quickly. Oh, Simple's monitor's off.
Yeah, he said it's been going on and off. Might be a loose cable. Hopefully it's just that. Easily solved. Time to stare at each other through the glass. Referee's doing a great job.
Always on it. Here we go then. Countdown begins. And it pauses again. Timeout taken by NaVi.
There's so many camera angles here as well. I find it, obviously, we are above where all the players are playing, so we can look over, see all the different setups, who's got their mouse pad on the edge of the table, who's further up, who's got a wildly inconsistent angle on their mouse pads and could just play anywhere versus who's the OCD and various other things. But anyway, this has been such a trying series so far. Astralis keeping NaVi off of game points. NaVi had so many game points if you're joining us late on Ancient, unable to take it over the line. Leaves them in a situation where it's up to them to force overpass, a deciding map to see which of these two teams goes to Lanxess, that iconic crowd. One of the greatest stages in Counter-Strike.
Early map control there from Alexi. That smoke goes down this time. He gets down secret. Meanwhile, Astralis are moving up through yard. They might be splitting this A site.
Stare straight in, and JL's got no idea whatsoever. Shock and awe from Astralis. They've lost blameF in the meantime, but there's high urgency. Bit's in a lot of trouble. Full spray from him behind the smoke, holds his position, and back Astralis go. That's very key for NaVi. In the meantime, aggressive angles have been taken. Borop loses the bomb, deleted, dropped immediately. Felt like a ragdoll, 4-on-2. Device and Stare. How do they turn this one around? Their money's going to be completely busto if they lose this round. Slowly slinking back, big headshot though. We've seen a clutch on A from Astralis already, and this might be another one.
Oh, Alexi in a great position, but huge damage done on towards him. He has to survive. Meanwhile, Bit finally arriving from the back. And so it's up to Device. He looks for the flank all the way around. Is anyone watching this? Bit looks back, but he hits the deck. Device can't get anything else. Simple denies, and NaVi find map point.
Only 2 rounds in this half for Astralis. A stronghold from NaVi reaches its climax as they move to game point.
I love the proactive play from NaVi here from Imma. Realizes there's a lot of presence on ramp, just gets into hut, gets you the early footsteps, gets you that early kill, and just makes it so that NaVi know exactly what's going on there.
What a prompt round from Astralis. Very quickly into A. Such a big opening frag, and yet they remain at 9. Borop having a nightmare, 6 for 20 on Nuke. Simple having a look. blameF quickly in, standing on Simple's head. Don't recommend it. Catches Device as well. Dream is collapsing for Astralis on Nuke. Not as close as Ancient was after all. But there's still more work to be done. Stare making his way down. Did he see that CT?
I don't know. He should have seen the gun barrel. But either way, the fact that he's down here actually makes this somewhat interesting. NaVi don't really have a clue that he's down there. It's hard for him to come in and flank Bit, but if they get this quick kill, Stare can cut off the rotate. That's a great frag from Bit, though. 1 HP as he ducks back. Stare should have him for free. But now the bomb needs to come down and the rotate is arriving.
Oh, he thinks he's got more time than he has. Straight into the hands of Simple. Welcoming him with open arms. 1 versus 4 to keep the team alive. 1 minute for Buzz. That's the fatal step that he makes there. Decon is open, and the game is done. NaVi forced the 3rd and deciding map of Overpass.